Good evening, good evening, good evening. We are rocking and rolling. It is Friday. Time to get it. Who's going to be the first one to say hello? All right, let's see who it is. It's Jackie. Hello, Jackie. Camila, good evening to you. Thank you for joining us. All right, who else? Who's going to join us? Coach Cassell Bell, good evening from Jacksonville, Florida. Cynthia, hey Cynthia, thank you for joining us as well. Thank you. Hey Stacy, hello. Carolyn, good evening to you. Lydia, hello Lydia. Happy Good Friday. Monica, what's up Monica? Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Mike, what's up Big Money Mike? Good to see you. Edna, thank you for joining us. Good evening. Sister LaWanda Tillman, thank you for joining us. Terry, glad to see you on. Hello. Hey, C. Nicole, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Angela, good evening to you. Sherry, what's going on, Sherry? Raynell, hello. Valerie, good evening to you. Aldrina, good evening to you. Diana, hello to everybody. Barbara Kaufman, how was your 45th wedding anniversary? I need to know. We're all waiting to hear. So happy anniversary. Thank you, Barbara. And I'm waiting for the other Kaufman to join us. Hey, Ann Allen, I need to talk to you like between today and tomorrow. I got a project for you. So good to see you, Ann. Tommy, good evening to you. Barbara, hello. Keith, hello. Good to see you. Denise, hello. Carlitha, thank you for joining us. Hello. Hey, Barbara Dolores, hello. And Joan is in the house. Good to see you, Joan. Linda, happy date night to you. Good seeing you. Jeanette, hello. Good to see you. And Glenda is on, so our world is right. Glenda Jones is in the house. Thank you for joining us, Glenda. We can't have you miss two. Hey, Diana, thank you. Hello, thank you for joining us. Jason, hey, happy Friday to you. Hey, and all right. Mary Allen is here from Washington State. Thank you for joining us. If it's 8:41 here, what is it like? 4:41, 5:41 there? Tanya, thank you for joining us. Dr. Priscilla Williams, hello. Thank you for joining us. Paula, happy Friday to you. E. Joyce Paris is watching. Good evening to you. Lakista, hello. Nancy, I hope you're doing well. And Barbara corrected me. It is their 44th wedding anniversary, and she says it was wonderful. Wonderful because she spent half of it with us. Sherry, thank you for joining us. Hello. Ibanya, thank you for joining us. Good evening. Elizabeth has a question. So Elizabeth, hold that question until I get to the questions part. But remind me. Tara Thomas, all the way from West Palm Beach, Florida. Thank you for joining us. And of course, Ed is in the house. Ed has set the rules and the protocol for the evening. No hateful comments, please. Thank you, Ed. Appreciate that. Antoinette, hello. Thank you for joining us, and we appreciate you for joining us as well. Latasha, I am doing well. Thank you for joining us. Good evening to you, Ed. And Dana, good evening. Happy Friday. Pamela, hello. Happy Friday. Crystal Kaufman is here, so that means we have both Kaufmans in the house. Good to have both of you. Sunshine Tammy, it's good to see you. Hope you had a good week. Jeffrey Walker, good to see you, Jeff. And Angie is on here. Whoa. Now, that's cool when we have Angie. Angie can take time from her schedule to come see us. Julie, hello. Thank you for joining us. Elizabeth, you have to type the question in the box. Let's see. Did I hear about the guy who's missing that was last seen with SPD? Now his whereabouts is unknown. The family's been tagging me. I have not. Tell them to inbox me. I get tagged so much that I don't get a chance to see all the tags. So tell them to inbox me. I'll look into it. Trell, good to see you. All right, Ann said let's talk tomorrow. We're going to talk tomorrow. Tamara, Lady Blade, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Greta, hello. Thank you for joining us as well. Jody, all right, so BT and Jody are watching date night tonight. Thank you. Rose, always a pleasure to have you with us. Dennis, good evening, sir. Cheryl, hello. Thank you for joining us. Bren, it was so good seeing you and having lunch with you today. I had lunch with Bren. That was cool. So always good to see you as well. And Jeff, the Honorable Jeffrey Booker from Seabright, New Jersey, is here with us. Always a pleasure to have him. He's doing great things in Seabright, New Jersey. Sadie, good to see you, Sadie. Thank you so much. And the awesome Terry Mobley is here. So hello, Terry. Thank you for joining us. Hey, Harry, good to see you. Appreciate you being with us as well. Sheila, hello, good evening. Hey, Mimi, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. And Carolyn, Savannah's mother, is on. So we say hello to you. Thank you for joining us. Joy, hello, good evening. Thank you for joining us, Joy. Hey, Lita, good evening to you. I have not seen you at all this week, but happy Friday to you as well. Nancy is not in the hospital for 2 weeks straight. We thank God for that, and we're happy for you, Nancy. We're glad that, hey, 2 weeks, let's do it next week as well, so we'll make it 3 weeks in a row. Tracy, thank you for joining us. Carrie, I think that you're awesome too. Thank you so much. Hey, and the awesome Tyrone Hollywood Brown joining us. Good to see you on, brother. Thank you for joining us. And Carolyn, again, I have not heard about it, so please inbox me about that. I don't know what you're talking about. George said it is date night. Yes, it is. Trell, I did not. Trell, I said hello to you, Trell. Hey, Trell. Hope you're doing well, Trell. And Bethany, the awesome historian herself, Bethany Campbell's on. So good to see you as well. And so Diane, so everybody, Angie Alfonso's birthday is this coming Tuesday. So we want to wish Angie Alfonso a happy birthday. Happy birthday, Angie. How old you going to be? That's the question. How old are you going to be? That's what I want to know. Happy birthday, Angie, as well. So happy birthday. Happy birthday. Hey, TDI Day Broughton, the Honorable Councilwoman from Pensacola, Florida. She loves our city. She's in our city, and so we're glad to have Councilwoman Broughton in Savannah. Thank you for joining us. Tiffany, thank you. Good evening to you. Hey, June, thank you for joining us. Julie is on. Thank you for joining us. Okay, Elizabeth, thanks for inboxing me on that. I will answer your question. Good to see the Pastor Thurman Neil Tillman on from the First African Baptist Church, the oldest African congregation in North America. Thank you for joining us. So we have 2 Tillmans and 2 Kaufmans on today. We're doing good. Good to see you, Brother Harry Thompson. Nancy says Jersey's in the house. Katina is on as well. And Nancy says, Jeff, she grew up in Belmar and Avon, so I don't know where that is, but I think you probably do. Gene, thank you for joining us. And Mike, how great I am, I do not know. I'm trying the best I can. Yvette, hello, thank you for joining us as well. And Elder Garvin is on. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us as well. Dr. Angie Lewis, good evening. Thank you for all you do for our young people. Good to see Royal Francis on. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate you always. Sherry, thank you for joining us. Hey, Alan, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. And my friend Kathleen, thank you, Kathleen, for joining us as well. John Hawkins, I am doing well. Hope you, Caitlin, and the family are doing well as well. And yes, we do want to shout out to Miss Brenda Curtis, one of our date nighters, and we do want justice for her family. So we love her as well. Good evening, Reverend Dr. Thomas L. Hart. Thank you for joining us. Angie, you have not told us how old you are yet on this Tuesday. We want to know. And Julia has gotten her first vaccine on yesterday. So I'm going to go ahead and put some love over here at Julia. Thank you, Julia. We are glad you got your vaccine. Sherry's birthday was the 28th. That was 2 days ago. That's Wednesday. Happy birthday, Sherry. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hit some love over there to you too. So happy birthday to Sherry Williams as well. Let's see. What else? Gloria Brown is on with us. Thank you so much as well. And Jessica says that the whole Scott family is on, so thank you so much. We appreciate that. And Princess Johnson is on. Her Highness is on. And good to see you. Thank you for joining us. And heard you coming to town, I think. Hey, Danetta. Thank you for joining us as well. Erica, hello. Mary, good to see you. Lanice, thank you for joining us as well. Thank you. So let's go ahead. Let's get into it. It is good to see you, Mike. It is Friday, and if it's Friday in Savannah, if it's Friday in Savannah during a pandemic, thank you, Barbara. I got that. You got your second vaccine. So if it's Friday during a pandemic in Savannah, and you have no place that you have to be, then you are keeping the faith. You are following the science. It is Friday Night Live. Hey, Dana, good to see you. Yes, it's Friday. If we've done it, hey, Edward, good to see you. Hey, Dr. Rustin, thank you for joining us. Joe, thank you as well. I appreciate that. It is Friday. That meant that it's been 7 days. 7 days. Good. Please tell Dr. Toomey I said hello. And Dr. Rustin, I would love for Dr. Toomey to come on a Friday Night Live if you could hook that up. I know you know her. Hook it up for me. Cynthia, thank you for joining us. Sandra as well. But this is our 57th or 58th week of doing this in a row, and we have done it together. Always good to see you from Campbell and Sons. Faye, thank you for joining us as well. But we've been doing this. We've been getting together every week just for an hour of love, fun, and encouragement, information, news you can use, and then sometimes just some straight ratchetness. But I'm just glad to be here with you. Again, you know, I count it in terms of weeks now, so we have made it another week, and that is something to appreciate. Hey, good to see my friend Cammie Khan. Good to see you, and I hope you're hanging in there. And we love Brother Kenneth Khan, and we're shooting out your prayers and his transition. But as you know, when you believe like we believe, this is not the end. There's something after that. So good to see you as well. Marsha Scott, thank you. Good to see you as well. Miss Flo is on. And so we have been doing this. We will continue to do it until that day is over. We've got a lot to talk about. First of all, I want you to like this page. If you have not liked the page, do me a favor and like the page. Please. I'm at the point where we try to get to 30,000 people. 30,000. Hey, Ruin Thai, one of my favorite places to eat. I almost went there tonight, but somebody didn't want to go there. But I'll be there probably tomorrow. Good to see Crystal Creations on board with us. Thank you. But again, like the page, please. And then secondly, share. The great thing about us is that we're not selfish with our date night. As long as you're about the right thing, we're glad to have you. Good to see Debbie Williams Walker on. And of course, the awesome, phenomenal Live, Laugh, Love, Laura Smith is on. And I have the Reverend Debbie Morse, my friend, my sister, my mama at times. Always good to see you on. And I shared on my page, she had an awesome interview with Bishop Reginald Jackson of the African Methodist Episcopal Church. So it's on my page. So if you get a chance, check that out. But anyway, so glad to have all of you with us. And we'll just talk for a few minutes, and then I'll answer any questions you may have to the best of my ability. If I don't know, I'm going to say I don't know. Amanda, good to see you. Happy Friday. So the first thing that's on my mind is COVID. Like my page, share my page. Now let's talk about COVID. So the CDC relaxed mask guidelines, and I've been getting questions all over the place about Savannah's mask mandate. And let me be really clear. At this point, today, Savannah still has a mask mandate, which means you have got to wear the mask. You've got to wear the mask. Still wear the mask. And the confusing thing, and this is what I'm checking out, is this. Savannah has had a mask mandate since July the 1st, 2000. 20. And so we're approaching a year of mandatory mask in Savannah. So what the CDC is saying, well, you can not wear them outside if you're fully vaccinated, but you should wear them inside. Well, the problem with that is that in Savannah, due to the governor's order, we have not been wearing. It was up to the business as to whether people wore masks in private spaces, which made things very difficult because obviously we would be more concerned about what was happening inside than outside. And so the problem is saying you have to wear them, or you should wear them inside, but businesses are not required to make you wear them inside, which means then you still have an issue. First problem. Second problem was that the question is, say, people who are vaccinated. And I don't know about you, but in my young life, people lie. And so people who don't wear the mask, I'm vaccinated. So you don't know who is vaccinated. So people are walking up and down the street with no mask on. You don't know if they're vaccinated, and you're in their vicinity. You don't know what their status is. They're not necessarily all where they're from. Hey, Yolanda, thank you so much. It was my pleasure to meet you this afternoon, too. And Leslie, thank you so much as well. And so, that's the issue. You really don't know where people are. You just don't know. Now, the third issue is this. We're not going to be going up to people saying, hey, show me your card. Savannah police, show me your vaccination card. I mean, we're not going to do that. All right? It's time consuming, and it's just an exercise in futility. So we're not going to do it. And so then you now have a situation where we have worked very hard to keep our community spread low. And as of today, we're probably about 139, which the governor's threshold was 100 per 100,000, I think. Dr. Russell, if I'm wrong, let me know. But I think it's where 139 and over 100 is considered to be significant community spread. So we're still very, 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 it's still contagious around here. Now, the fourth thing is, although you're vaccinated, you can still get COVID. And I have a very, very close family member who was vaccinated and now has contracted COVID. The blessing is that as of this point, he's not symptomatic. But the point is he caught COVID. And so there might be another strand out there. Carolyn, it was good to see you as well, Carol. Thank you. So, my point is that as it is right now, as for me in my house, as for me in my city, we are going to wear the mask. As a matter of fact, in Savannah, we're going to wear two. We're going to wear two masks. So I'm just saying. All right? So that's all I'm saying. People are still dying, and we want to make sure that we are doing the smart thing. The other thing is, this is fifth, is that we have only vaccinated like 20 to 30% of people. Hey, Lori Jones Lewis is on. Good to see you. About 20 to 30%, Dr. Rustin, if you're on, you can put that out there. 20 to 30% of our population here in Savannah are, yes, Dawn, yes, I need you to wear that mask outdoors if you had COVID recently, because there are other strains of COVID. There are other strains. So I think for me is that if only 20% or 30%, hey, good to see Sister Eloise Dudley, thank you for joining us. 20 to 30% of us, and they're saying that herd immunity is 70%. Well, I went to Savannah State, and 70 minus 20 is what, 50? Yes. So that means we have a whole lot of people who are still, we have not reached community spread. So what I'm asking you all to do, Candy, good to see you. Rebecca, thank you for joining us. And Brandon, good to see you. So what I'm saying is, in addition to, hey Cheryl, good to see you. In addition to exercising common sense and following the science, we have to exercise some common sense. If community spread is 70%, I'm sorry, herd immunity is 70%. Good to see you, Dr. Silva. Glad to see you. If herd immunity is 70%, and we're only at 22%, then I'm saying that means a whole bunch of us are not vaccinated. And if you look in downtown Savannah, these folks are turning up around our city. So if we take and say you don't have to wear a mask, then people who are vaccinated, will be all right. People who are not vaccinated won't get vaccinated. To me, you have taken away incentive for people to be vaccinated. So if Savannah can get to a higher number of vaccinations, I would love nothing more to be in the middle of Forsyth Park or Broughton Street, and we can have a big bonfire to burn masks. But we will do it when it is appropriate to do it. And now is not the time. We have not gotten there yet. So no, I haven't made any decisions yet, but I want you to understand, because we all date night, Friday night, of what I'm thinking about this. We have a long way to go. 22% fully vaccinated, early 30%, low 30s had at least one shot, and a whole bunch of people we don't know about. So that's where I am on that. And I'm asking my date night family, because I care about you and because I want you to be all right. And I want you to be all right. Kalia, thank you so much. I want you to be all right. And so what I'm saying, hey, Elizabeth, oh, no problem. No problem. And we're thinking and praying for you. So all I'm saying to you, hey, the Honorable Linda Wilder Bryant, Alderwoman District 3, certainly the hardest working woman in the city of Savannah. Good to have you with us. But so all I'm saying is, this is where I am. And actually, when you see me most times, I'll be wearing two, because they have other strains out there. And Dr. Russell will tell you that, that's why you take a flu shot every year, because they're different strains. It mutates. And it changes. And so, you might have had COVID. You might have even had a shot, might have had a vaccination. You might be fully vaccinated. But yet, you can still contract COVID. And yet you don't know how this is going to affect you. Good to see you, Rosalie. Thank you for joining us. So, yes, Reverend Debbie, there are some. Oh, thank you, Dana, for letting us know. There are businesses. You'll go to some businesses and they will tell you, in order to come in, you have to wear a mask, but they're not required to. And right now, state law says I can't, but I might just mandate them to do it. Because again, we have to do the things that got us to this point. Wearing a mask, washing our hands, and watching our distance. And that's why you don't see me up in a whole bunch of folks' face, because, again, I'm doing that. Good to see you, Pastor Charles P. Roberson, Sr., my friend and brother. So, again, that's why for us, for our families, for our date night family, which is vast and large, and because we care about each other, I'm asking you, first of all, if you're not vaccinated, get vaccinated, okay? Get vaccinated. Get vaccinated. We have missed a golden opportunity in our community because we had 3 mass vaccination sites and y'all weren't coming. Well, not y'all, but them. And so in places that we were able to do 1,000 shots a day, we were only doing 50 shots a day. Those sites are closing down on May the 21st. So I'm just letting you know. All right? And so we're missing this opportunity. And so, I'm thinking on it, I'm reading on it, I'm talking to some folks, and I'm praying on it. And by Tuesday, we'll figure out what we're going to do. But as I am right now, as for me and my city, and as for me and my date night family, we will wear a mask. Right? We'll wear a mask. Good to see you, Karen. Thank you for joining us. So that was the first issue. Clay, thank you. I'm glad you rock 3 to 4 masks. I'm at 2 masks right now. So usually I'll wear one of these. Hey, Valerie, thank you for joining us. Oh, see, again, that's you see what I do. I have my other mask right here somewhere. But I wear one of these masks, and then I put a mask on top of it. And again, just making sure. And Daniel Massey is going to beat the mask burning party, so good. But until then, I don't like these masks, but I want us to be safe. Carrie has her bag scheduled at Walgreens. I'm going to go ahead and get it, Carrie. Carrie, I'm going to give you some love for that. And we appreciate you doing that. Reverend Debbie asked, why are people... why? Well, I think it's a couple of things. I think, first of all, and I think, talking from the perspective of minority communities and, in this case, black folks, we've been the subject of vaccines and trials and those types of things. So I think there's something there. And again, we had, hey, Ms. Vidal Williams, thank you for joining us. So I think people just don't trust vaccines. And then I think people think that this happened too quickly. And they don't recognize that in this case, for us, this was money that was paid in advance. And this was every scientific mind, epidemiologist working on this same issue. And it went through all of the steps. So I think people are upset that people are scared about getting sick. They've heard, all of these horror stories. They heard that Hank Aaron died after getting a shot. That's not true. They say DMX died after getting the shot. That's not true. So people say those types of things. I know for me, people are telling me, oh, you're going to be sick. You're going to be real sick. And so I got my first shot. I got it on Friday. And so when I got my second shot, the first shot, it didn't happen. They said, oh, well, the first shot was all right. But that second shot, oh, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel it. You're going to feel it. And so I said, well, I took the shot on Friday. I manned up. I just went ahead and did it. And, when I did the shot, actually, my bicep was so big that when they put the shot in, they almost broke the needle. And she had to get another needle because I think, she was like, she said, Dad, man, you been working out? And I'm like, yeah, I've been working out. But she saw how strong the bicep was, and so I had to kind of release it. But after that, I waited all day the second day, and I'm like, what's going to happen? So I'm sitting here, and I was telling people, I was like, wait, I'm going to get sick. No, that was just gas. I'm good. And that's what's happening. But no side effects whatsoever, none. Tammy says she was down for 2 weeks, but you're back up, Tammy. You're back up, and we're happy about that. So that's the type of stuff that we've been talking about. I was good. I know some people that it just didn't happen like that. I was good. I was good, and so that's the way we have to go through it. Again. Francis says that mostly black Americans are dying. We go through enough. Why cause more pain? Well, because when you look at the disparate impacts of lack of accessibility to medicine and medical care, the reality is this. When you look across the country, black folks are the ones dying. And we're the ones that are being hesitant. The lack of wisdom and knowledge. So, I felt like this. I wanted to live. And I was going to be okay. Because I've seen people and I've lost people, and maybe it's not real to you until you've lost somebody you really care about. And I've lost family members, I've lost people I've cared about, and you know, it's just, I mean, I think about people. I mean, tomorrow we're honoring Commissioner James Holmes. James Holmes was in good condition, caught COVID, went to the hospital, never came out. So I got my shot for him. I got it for all the people we've lost because of COVID. And then I also got it for the people who got COVID, who survived it, but are never the same. And so, our ignorance will kill us. Our ignorance will kill us. I'm just saying. And so I think that we are given knowledge to use knowledge. I think God ordains knowledge so we can use knowledge. And so, I mean, my whole thing is, hey, we sitting here, majoring in minor things. Well, I might get sick. I might get sick. Or you might get COVID. And from when I went, whoa, all right, Clay. Guess what, Clay? Good night to you. You are deleted. Good night. We won't be doing to be cussing on my page. Sorry, son. We ain't doing that. So, if it sounds stupid, then get off of my page. Why are you here? You came into our party. We didn't come into yours. So if you don't want to get it, we're going to pray right now that Clay doesn't get COVID. Lord, forgive his ignorance. All right? So anyway, good to see. See, we have a doctor on here. Dr. Heather Webb is on here, and she's vaccinated. I mean, my thing is this. Y'all can say what you want to, but when all my doctors were getting vaccinated, I was going to get vaccinated. If my doctors are going to get vaccinated, why wouldn't I get vaccinated? So I'm just saying, the vaccine is for us to live. We take flu shots every year without a problem. Kids, when they got to go to school, they have to be vaccinated. Y'all sitting here complaining about a vaccine for COVID, but then when your kid has to go to school, you take your kid to get vaccinated, because if you're not vaccinated, if you can't show proof of vaccination, your child can't go to school. And now all of a sudden we have this going on. Come on now. Come on. We got to do better. We got to do better. And, I would hate that something would occur to somebody you're close to or you. I've been in some of the COVID units in our city. And when you have COVID, because laying on your back, you can't do that. So then you have to be able to, because when you're laying on your back, gravity brings your lungs down. It brings it down. So when you have COVID, you have to basically sleep on your stomach, because that's the only way to keep your lungs open. I think about Sheila Odom, dear friend of mine, in the hospital for 50 days, 7 weeks, lost her life. Far too soon. I'm getting it because I want to live. And sometimes you got to make some decisions about what's important to you. And so, for me, I'm going to do what I can. Antonio is here, and Rini says, just get the damn shot. I wanted to say that, but I can't say it. I'm trying to be nice. So, Michelle, I do not know. So that's where I am. I mean, let's go ahead and get that done. So we're gonna wear our mask, and we're gonna do that. So all right, let's take some questions. Let's see what's on your mind, and we'll be out of your way. Maybe a small word of inspiration, and then we'll talk about that. So, you ready? Come on, let's see what questions we got. Let's see what questions we got. All right. Oh yeah. Um, I'm gonna live, Danetta. I'm gonna live. You know what? I'm gonna live as long as I absolutely can. I mean, you know. Oh, Savannah. Okay, Savannah. I'm sorry. I didn't mean. See, she made me say that word. I apologize, Savannah. I didn't mean to say the D word. I'm sorry, sweetie. All right. The people make me mad sometimes, Savannah, when they don't want to get their shot or they don't want to wear a mask, and so it made Mr. Van use a bad word. So I'm sorry. Okay. I'm sorry, Savannah. She heard me. I'm sorry. Okay. So, well, Yolanda, you're absolutely right. Actually, I haven't had. I really have a really bad time with allergies. Not this year. This has been a lifesaver. I might be wearing this all of the time. And you know what? And for years, I used to go on planes and I see people, particularly Asian people on airplanes, wearing these. I think they might have been on to something. So, but anyway, so that's the deal with that. So any questions, anything tonight? And then, like I said, type small word. Well, Felicia, it might have been your fault. Well, who made me say it? Let me see who it was that made me say it, because I didn't mean to say it. Let me see who made me say it. I gotta see who it was that made me say it. Yeah, Renee. Renee made me say it. So it was Renee. I'm sorry. Um, Thank you, Linda. Thank you for doing that. And I was reading it, so I should have probably read it, but good. So what questions we got? What questions we got? What questions? Anything we could do? Carol, it was so good seeing you and hanging out with you today. Thank you so much for the invitation. A great time was had by all. Um, let's see. All right. Michelle had a bad stomach virus. You try to get. Michelle, how old is your great grandson? Because I thought we took care of that. You sent me a message and I thought you said it was taken care of. So, um, Reverend Debbie, I will come get the all warmed up. So, thank you. Hey, Brother Kareem and Michael, thank you so much. And Mary, thank you so much. And we send shouts out to Garden City and Pula as well. We're glad that you've done that. And any questions tonight? Help those who choose not to get vaccine. Oh, he's 16 months old. All right. I think I know. I think I know how to help you. So we'll see. Carrie, thank you so much. And Dr. Webb is vaccinated as well. Renee said she chooses life as well. Carolyn wants to boycott car insurance companies. We pay insurance, you have to pay a high deductible if your car gets damaged. I think I got State Farm, I think. Do I think the vaccine will become mandatory? No, I don't think it will be. I don't think it will. Valerie, thank you so much. Okay. And hello to Felicia and the folks in Pula. And June, I will share with the mayor, Brown. I will share with him whatever information he likes. All right. And Edward says it right. Stay healthy, wear the mask, get vaccinated, eat good, and exercise as possible. Choose life. And you know what? Think good things. You know, you could choose. Let me see. Talia says your mom was attacked in a nursing home. You're working on a 19-year-old. Nothing has changed. Okay. Talia, let me know if I can help. And I told you, Talia, that 19-year-old, if nothing has changed, then his address needs to change. Tanya has been going through, has a 19-year-old hanging out, and then comes home and brings home his germs to her. So if nothing has changed, his address needs to change. How long do you think we'll be able to get free Wi-Fi in the city parks? As long as possible. Kurt says people with severe asthma cannot breathe while wearing masks. What say you to us? I say don't go outside. avoid outside if at all possible, because if you catch COVID, people with asthma have a much, much harder time recovering. So, I mean, the truth of the matter is if you have severe asthma, you may not need to be out too many places anyway. That could be a death sentence to you, Kurt. So, I have asthma, but if you could wear them intermittently, there, here. Again, these are very light masks, but you won't want to have a COVID onset asthma attack. That's just not good. That won't be good for you. And Dana is going to be a grandmother in October. How is this possible? Well, Dana, I'm sorry, you're a grandmother. All right, Granny, Grandma. Let's see. And Tammy saying gathering of women, 6 o'clock at Daffin Park. Will you send me the information, Tammy? I love it. Gathering of women, I sure will come out there. Paula wants a question for Dr. Webb. On March 12th, she got her first shot, and on March the 16th, she fell out from fluid in her lungs. Lost her life for 13 minutes, had to be revived. Her question is, should she get the second shot, and how long will the first last? She's scared. So I'm not sure, Dr. Webb or Dr. Rustin, if you're on, if you can answer that, and if not, you really want to make sure you talk to your doctor, because that might be an extreme case. The question becomes, is the shot and the fluid in your lungs, are they connected? And I think that's probably the question that needs to be answered. Okay? All right, good. You got him out of your house? Good. Let's pray for him. Carletta lives in Port Wentworth. She's vaccinated. She's a healthcare worker. Carletta, thank you for all you do. Shouts out to our healthcare workers who've had to live in this life. We appreciate you all. Shouts out to all that you do. And lots of SPD is following people as you leave Publix. An officer followed you all the way home. Is there something going on? No, maybe he was going home too. If he didn't stop you, I've been like that before. They get riding around and then, I turned off, they weren't looking for me. Yeah. Tanya, take care of your 12-year-old. 19-year-old's grown. Dana, you could say Gigi, Grandma, Ganny, all that stuff. When they ask you what the relationship is, the relationship is grandmother. So Dana, I know you look young, grandmother. You're a grandmother. We love you though, Grandma. And Paul is 69, never had a problem for the shot. So Dr. Webb, if you're on as well. Linda, good point. If you have a breathing issue, you might be able to use a shield. And so that's a good point. And if you have if you need a shield, I probably can get you a couple of shields. Let me know. All right. And Loto is on. Loto, I got to meet with you. I got to talk with you. Carolyn says we will still be wearing masks over here when everyone takes theirs off. And she knew someone who went to Walmart and had COVID with symptoms. Wow. You should have called the police on them. No, I didn't hear about the woman in Kroger's in Berwick. See, Nicole, there's nothing wrong with a man being in the middle of stars. Yes, Katina, I heard about that today. And shouts out to the citizens who jumped in to help. We appreciate them stepping in as well, so we appreciate them. All right, so Dr. Webb says consult your primary doctor for evaluation, follow-up, and recommendation. So, see, I was right. Talk with your doctor specifically that knows your specific situation. Thank you, Dr. Heather Webb. We appreciate you for doing that. All right. And, wow, Miss Elevate herself, Miss Cortina Pollen is on, and Cortina has a small warehouse full of Lysol and all kinds of stuff. So, Erica says she needs some shields in the rural communities. Okay, well, I'm sure we could probably figure out a way, work with the county to get you some. Michelle, thank you so much as well. So let me tell you this to kind of help to start wrapping things up again. I just appreciate you all. Every Friday night for the last 58 weeks, we have gotten together and we spend time together. And sometimes we've had people on, and sometimes, we've just talked and we've laughed together, we've cried together, but most importantly, we were together. And so for us, Katina, Alderwoman Wilder Bryan says, what happens when the free shots end in May? I don't know. I mean, when they end, then you have to go to other places to get them done. I mean, again, I think that our community missed out on a major opportunity because people are sitting around saying, I'm going to wait to see what happens to other people. I'm going to wait to see whether Van Johnson drops dead. And, hey, Phyllis, good to see you. And again, shouts out to our favorite, Dawn Baker. Dawn Baker paved the way for us in this. She had the first phase 3 Moderna trial in the world, right here in Savannah, Georgia. And she did it, and when she did it, and she was fine, I said, you know what, I'm going to do it too. And people were looking to see whether Dawn was going to get sick. Dawn has been doing that news and doing great and looking great, so we certainly thank Dawn for stepping up. And, I want to live. And I think that's the question for us. And so I think I want to look at one thing for us when we are talking about, where we are and what we do. Ultimately, we have to choose life. You choose to live. And I think that the important thing is for us an opportunity to say, there was a scripture somewhere that said along the lines, it says, and I think Deuteronomy says somewhere around here, I call heaven and earth to witness against you today that I have set before you life and death, blessings and curses. Therefore, choose life that you and your offspring may live. I call heaven and earth to witness against you today that I have set before you life and death, blessings and curses, which means you have a choice. Therefore, choose life that you and your offspring may live. And so for me, I am going to choose life. I am going to choose blessings. There are people who, by their choices, are choosing other things. They may not say it, but they might, they by their actions, choose other things. How they treat people, they choose other things. How they're living, they choose other things. But for me, I choose life. And I'm going to do all I can to be healthy. I've lost, I think I've lost somewhere in the neighborhood of over 12 pounds, because I realized if I want to live, I got to choose life. I got that vaccine. I mean, y'all know I don't like shots, but I want to live. I didn't want to catch COVID, so I choose life. What types of things are you doing? I mean, I don't smoke because I like my lungs. And so, I'm going to choose life. I treat people how I want to be treated because I want to be blessed and not cursed. I choose life. And all I'm saying to you is that we have to do and act and believe in the way that we choose life. And sometimes in what we do, even though what we say might be different, our actions say that we're not choosing life. We're not choosing blessings. I'm just saying. It's set before us, life and death, blessings and curses. Therefore choose life, that you and your offspring may live. And that's the interesting thing about it, because when I choose life, I'm not only choosing life for me, I am choosing life for my offspring that I don't have. I don't think. Maury hadn't called me, so I don't think I have any. But you think about that. That when you choose life, you're choosing it for yourself and your offspring. Dana, for you and your children's children. When you choose life for you, you're choosing it for your line. When you're choosing blessings for you, you're choosing it for your line. A lot of us are dealing in families of generational curses, of stuff that happened well before we ever came on the scene, because somebody chose something else that we are now having to deal with. But we have the opportunity to be able to change the trajectory by what we choose for us and our offspring. I choose life. I choose life. And so although I know for me, life, I don't know my checkout date, but I'm going to do all I can do to make sure that I live. Because there are people who don't have the opportunity to make that choice anymore. Over 400 people in our community in about a year never had the opportunity to choose life, because COVID took that choice away from them. And now you have an opportunity to choose life for yourself by getting a vaccine, 2 simple shots, and you want to sit around and say, I don't know, I'm scared, I don't know, I'm scared, and then something happens? Come on, y'all. Choose life. And so whatever it is I have to do, I'm going to choose life. As much as I sat there and looked at those oxtails in that restaurant today, and I wanted them all, and I thought about that thing, and I said, I'm going to choose life. Life is a choice. And I want us to choose life. Every day, no matter how difficult things get, we get out of bed, we make choices. Choose life. I need you to choose life. And choose the things, choose the places, choose the activities, choose the people who are going to help you to choose blessings and life. Some of our problem is that we're involved with people, places, things, and activities that bring curses and death into our lives. Choose life. Choosing life. And you know what? It's uncomfortable, but it's life. It gets in the way of my smile, but I'm choosing life. Doesn't look good on my Instagram pictures, but I choose life. I might be sweating a little bit underneath it sometimes, but I choose life. It might give me acne a little bit underneath it, but I'm choosing life. Thank you, Reverend Body. I appreciate that. It was Deuteronomy 30:19 that I've set before you life and death, blessings and curses. Therefore, choose life, that you and your offspring may live. Sometimes we choose curses by the folk we hang around. The next time you watch people, and I've been going through this purge on my Facebook page because, my deal lately has been this. And I'll be honest with you. I realized, and somebody told me, they said, do you know that your Facebook friends are supposed to be your friends? And I thought about that thing. Oh, Jeanette, I was at Sisters of the South on Skidaway Road. But they said, your Facebook friends are supposed to be your friends. And I thought about that thing. And I said, you know what? So I started going through, and people, they talk trash about you, and they don't think that you see when they talk trash about you. I started deleting and blocking. What I want you to do this week is you go through your Facebook, and this is what I want you to do. And it goes back to this quote by attributed to Eleanor Roosevelt. And it said that great minds discuss ideas, average minds discuss events, and small minds discuss people. Great minds discuss ideas, average minds discuss events, and small minds discuss people. And so people on your page that are discussing people, particularly when they have nothing good to say about people, then when they discuss them, you dismiss them. Because when you choose life, you also choose people that give you life. And there are people, and I mean, many of y'all on here, many of you on here. I enjoy, as I told you, date night does as much for me as it does for you, because I'm energized by you. I'm thankful for you. And that's why we don't take a whole lot of foolishness when people come up into our set, talking trash. If you're going to be negative, as Ed will say every week, no hateful comments. If you're going to come up in here, you're not going to be up in here. And so if you want those small minds, and I mean, those people, never nothing good to say about anybody, always critical of people all of the time, then guess what? If you're going to discuss people in a negative way, then I'm going to dismiss you in a positive way. I'm still going to love you, but you'll be dismissed. Because I have to be careful about who I have in my orbit. And you have to be careful about who you have in your orbit. And Gina, I'm not going to say Gina. I'm going to leave Gina alone. So, so that's what we're going to say. That's what we're going to do. We want to make sure that we are the people who really discuss big ideas and good things. We want to be the positivity into people's lives, because sometimes you don't know the hell people go through sometimes. And sometimes you might be that bridge to get them from where they were to where they could be. Choose life. And if life means blocking folks on Facebook, block them. If it means unfriending people, unfriend them. If it means taking better care of your mind, body, and spirit, do that. And if it means wearing a mask, wear the mask. And if it means taking the vaccine, go ahead, take the vaccine. Choose life. That's the purpose of this. All we're saying is we want to live. Oh, Edward asked, it was a quote attributed to Eleanor Roosevelt. Great minds discuss ideas, average minds discuss events, small minds discuss people. Great minds, ideas, average minds, events, small minds, people. And you know people like that. I mean, just hate all day long. I mean, it's like, do you go to bed at night like this, just negative all day long? If you're going to be negative all day long, stay away from me. I'm trying to live. I'm choosing life. And if you are so caught up in your darkness and your curses and your deathly attitude, I'm not going to let you put that on my sunny day. I'm choosing life because it's set before me. Set before me. Life, death, blessings, curses. Therefore, choose life, that you and your offspring and my date night family will live. Because you know we're working towards something, y'all. We're working towards to our get-together date night for real. I had a chance today. I was over in the Windsor Forest community, and I had the opportunity to see in person Carol and some of our great Friday night date night people in person. I hugged them. That was the greatest feeling. And guess what? I want us to be able to get together and do it, all of us, on a Friday night at 8:30 p.m. that we meet somewhere and we just, hey, so you're so-and-so. Choose life. We can't do it unless we get there. That's all I'm saying. We can't do it until we get there. We have to get there together. So let me jump off of my soapbox. Let you know how much I appreciate you. And again, we can choose who's on our stage. And everybody don't deserve to be on our stage. And everybody don't deserve to be on our life's cast. And sometimes you have to write out characters. And sometimes you have to write in characters. I call heaven and earth to witness against you today. I have set before you life and death, blessings and curses. Therefore, choose life that you and your offspring shall live. I appreciate you. I love you. Ain't nothing you could do about it. Choose life. Choose life. Get the vaccine. Savannah, choose life so that we and our offspring, our children, our children's children, our children's children's children can live. God bless. Thank you all. See you on Monday for another opportunity to get together. Looking forward to seeing you. Have a good weekend. Happy May. Peace.